Okay, here we go. We got it. Start it. Boom. Welcome. This is The Longing. I am starting it from scratch right here. Deep, deep beneath the earth, there lay the realms of an old king. So I know nothing of this game, other that it's a very long idle game. And I'm probably going to play this daily, get my thoughts out there on whatever I've been doing recently. I'm very excited about this. The reviews are extremely high considering it's a game that takes like months to finish, you know? At least in concept. Again, I know nothing other than good reviews and that it's extremely long. Cool music. Studio, how do you say that? Surfs? Studio surfs? I don't... Sorry if it's nowhere close. Man, where is this? Is this Norway? If it is, that's pretty cool, because I'm going to talk about Assassin's Creed Valhalla today, because I've been playing a lot of it in the past week. 18 hours or so. Very good stuff. But speaking of Norway, it's all about them Vikings, right? So, putting the credits at the start. Here we go. I think this is where it begins. Yeah, and as you can see in the title, the big conversation we're going to have is that I like Croods A New Age, which is the Croods sequel, Croods 2, from DreamWorks, more than Pixar's Soul, which is the newest Pixar film, came out at Christmas. Everybody loving it. It's literally #1 on most people's animated movie list of 2020. And I'm not here to say that it's wrong, I'm just here to say that I like Croods much better, and I'll tell you why so very soon. But first, this is it, the birth of whatever the hell we are. My powers have faded. All I have left is you, my faithful shade. Nice. As always, if the mic or the sound is too loud, it will be fixed in episode 2. I had to start it from, had to make sure everything worked out. I think... Okay, it's a mouse game. I have a controller, but I don't think it's... We'll see. All I ask of you is to wait, and never to leave these caves. Okay. Yeah, it's a mouse game. I'll use my thigh. It's thigh time. I shall now sleep for 400 days to gather my remaining strength. So, right off the bat, we know that it's a 400-day game. That's more than a year, by the way. Damn. Wake me when the time has come to end all fear and longing. Man. You're gonna birth us and leave? We're a dumpster baby, folks. Okay. This will be more emphasis on the game, but usually these will be an excuse for me to converse about whatever the hell I want to talk about. So, this is my home, a nice place to spend the next 400 days waiting. Right click to close. Awesome. Okay, now first of all, I gotta fix these options, because to me, it's nowhere near full screen. I needed full screen. Okay, it's good, but now I lost chat. Give me a sec. Yeah, this is brutal. Oh, we got it, actually. Maybe. Okay, damn. No worries. Okay, we'll just go with it. What is this? So I believe it's like a point and click. Make music. Hell yeah, are you kidding me? I will need to find all 4 parts of this instrument before I can enjoy the pleasure of making music. I currently have 1 instrument part. Man, this is gonna be brutal. Everything we're gonna want to do, they will literally tell us we cannot do, is my guess. Okay, one last time, let me check. Okay, this is our inventory. Nice. What is this? Okay, the crown is just to see. Okay, so I believe these are all the rooms we can go to. It's pretty cool. Okay, this is the countdown. Okay, you got a candle here. Okay, it affects the actual brightness of the game. Music or no music, with the classic meme. Oh, no, that's the music. This is... I don't know what that is, actually. It could be sound. And then you got your normal options. Give me a sec here. Okay, I gotta turn off full screen. See what happens. See what happens. I just need it bigger, man. Because on my screen, it's extremely small. Extremely. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. We're good. Hopefully it works out. So let's see. Let's try to grab this hourglass. Okay, so I guess we can move things around. Look at hourglass. Time is progressing slow and steady, slow and steady. Makes sense. We're probably going to collect some books. Oh my god. I just realized movement is in real time. I can't just click and he will go. I literally have to hold it. I think it's meant to be played with keyboard, regardless. So yeah, let's sit down and read. Exciting stuff, people. But again, like I said, the whole point of this is just to converse, if you will. Nothing better than resting the weary body on a comfortable armchair. Sit and stare is an option. I don't think there's ever been in the history of video games an option to sit and stare. Ever. I love this kind of stuff. Let's read a book. You know what? That's a pretty good selection. Dude, we gotta read thoughts. You kidding me? Okay, the king told me to wait 400 days, then I should awaken him. So this is a diary. Yep. At least my birthday will be a bit sooner. Oh yeah. Goose Girl. Oh, okay, these are more long. I will read these on a specific stream. That one will be the reading stream. We'll take our time to read these, but not for today. It'll probably be for one of those days where I have nothing to talk about, you know. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you just waste a day, then it's gone forever. Nothing of note. Okay, let's go here. Make a fire. Let's try. A fireplace. This room could use a little warmth from time to time. Chances are we're missing stuff. I'll need 2 pieces of flint. Okay. Man, you can do like unique fires. Okay, it's time to get out of here. It's gonna take forever to get there. So here we go. Let's start. The main event is gonna be my Croods conversation, because that's big. It's not only in the popular opinion, but it's not blasphemous, but I could see people getting mad over my stupid opinion, you know? And that's just how the internet works. By the way, we made it to the door. Okay, there we go. We made it. Ooh, he really is sleeping. Music coming in hot. So let's talk Assassin's Creed Valhalla first. Okay, I think the king will allow me to explore his vast realm, but I better remember the way back. Sure. What if you can just leave whenever? And if the clock continues, we'll find out tomorrow. By the way, the real reason I'm doing this every day, and I bought this yesterday, by the way, is because we're back in lockdown. We're back in curfew lockdown, which is like everything is closed by 8. If you're outside, the cops will stop you after 8 p.m., of course. So, yeah, it's crazy. I still work. I work 2 days a week at a spa. But yeah, let's just say it's slowed down. The world has slowed down in my city. Okay. I have to stay in this cavernous realm and wake him once the time has come. No problem. It's funny because they set it up like we're gonna do it like in a week or something. We'll see how long it takes. It'll take however long it takes. And until that time, we'll be here. So yeah. No more preface here. There's no need to hurry. I have plenty of time to walk. I didn't even rush him. Anyway, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, newest Assassin's Creed Vikings base. So you play as Eivor in Norway. You start in Norway, and it's funny because I watched the series Vikings, of course, on History. And if you have seen that show, it is crazy how familiar everything in Valhalla is. It's like the whole team, or at least the writing staff, had to watch that show beforehand just to. It's not a ripoff, but man, it's so familiar. So yeah, start in Norway. You and your brother, you got a full bonding friendship, and for reasons I won't spoil, you have to leave Norway and go to England with the idea that you're going to build a community and build, you know, a new Viking society in England. And I'm pretty sure you go other places as well, and you can still go back and forth, you know, with fast travel and whatnot. And one of the big hooks of that game is you have a settlement, which is your own community that you build from scratch. So you get supplies and you can build like a fishery or some barracks or, you know, like a shop, just a normal shop, your stables, you know, and everything you do takes resources that are like time consuming to get. So everything is a choice, you know. So like I chose the fishery first because you get a fishing line. And what's the second thing I bought? What up? How you been, man? Look at this slow-ass game. This is like the slowest game probably ever made, dude. I can't go faster than this. And apparently it takes 4,900 hours to finish this game. Apparently. I got that from a YouTube thumbnail. We're just exploring the realm now. I'll play this daily. probably for like 10 minutes and talk about random stuff. But yeah, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, very good. After 18 hours, I'm extremely satisfied. And I play it every day for like 3 hours. The time just flies by. Oh my god, you kidding me? Are we already done? Like, there's nowhere else to go. I can't do nothing. In terms of gameplay, I am literally done. After 8 minutes, I can't do nothing. I gotta leave and come back tomorrow and hope this door opens. Just me getting back to my room will take another 8 minutes. What is this game? And that's what's crazy, is that it has so many positive reviews. Oh, there it is. It's opening. Okay, never mind. Let's go back. Patience is a virtue in this game, big time. Okay, so back to Assassin's Creed. The coolest thing about Assassin's Creed is that on the map, when you look on the map, there's 3 things. You got wealth, which is treasure. Usually it's money or supplies. Mysteries, which is the best thing. It's side quests. It's little blue balls. So you got like every single map is like a, you know, like you're in England. So just 4 provinces, Mercia, whatever, the Grantham-shire or whatever. And every one has like 10 side quests. These little blue balls. You know what? I'm pretty excited about this. These little blue balls that you go to and you like meet some random Viking that has a problem. My favorite one, small spoiler here, the guy had an axe in his head, like lodged in his head. And he's waking up. He's like, hey, I feel like something weird on my head. Is there something weird on my head? And you have a choice to either tell him that he has an axe in his head or it's just a scratch. And I told him the truth and I had to remove it, which meant he would die, like right then and there, so he had to accept death. And this side quest took, what, 2 minutes of my time? I literally didn't have to do anything else but make a choice. But, yeah, it stayed with me. I actually recorded it, so I might even show it to you guys one day. It's the only side quest I recorded since I started. But it's all fun. It seems like a great place to be lonely. Better remember the way. Remember the way? There's only one way. There was no, like, optional path. Anyway. So we'll explore this fully, and then that'll be it for today. Plus, I gotta play Gears 4 after this, and I'm also gonna start Invisibles today. Big day. Especially because of lockdown. Oh, I had to climb there. Exciting. That was as exciting as this game is ever gonna get. Is me climbing this little perch right here. Okay, let's go in. Let's see what's up. You know what? I'm kind of excited to play this every day. Like, a game this ridiculous in terms of concept has to be good to have so many good reviews. You know what I mean? It's law. Because you know there's like a bunch of impatient gamers that bought this on a whim as a joke. And didn't write bad reviews. Use Matic. I don't have that. The treasure is behind a nearly impenetrable window of crystal glass. Not that I could make much use of it anyway. Man, I don't think we're ever going to break this. Because he's right. What would we do with this treasure? Except for having a cool DuckTales Scrooge McDuck dive into the gold. You know what? I take it back. We actually want to break this window. I want to see that. That sounds pretty awesome. You know what? This is a lot longer than I thought it would be. So we have plenty of time to talk about Croods 2 and Soul, which I'm going to talk about just in a bit. By the way, Keystrokes, how you been, man? If you're still here. What's you been up to? Enough about my garbage. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We get it. It's another Assassin's Creed. It's nothing special. Just put a Viking's coat of paint on it. How big are these caves? Yeah, how big are these caves? Like, we just went from 2 doors to 3 doors? We're doing it all, baby. Just gonna get my setup going. Yes! So the move went well. Nice. Yeah, dude, moving is no joke, eh? Just setting up a room, just one room, takes like forever. It takes like more than a full day. Except the kitchen. The kitchen, just throw everything in the shelves. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Making bank. Keystrokes making bank. Love it. One day I'll have a house. Probably won't. Probably won't. I'm one of those poor folks that has fully accepted that he'll be poor his whole life. And has fully managed to make sure he's happy every day. You know, it's the classic, you know, do whatever you want as much as you want. That's like the good life. How many side paths are there? I'm getting lost here. I'm lost in these caverns. Okay, let me go back just to see if I can jump that perch. But, yeah. Okay, and last thing on Assassin's Creed, I'll finish on this. Valhalla, great, Vikings love it. You can choose between female and male Ivor. If you look it up online, apparently male Ivor has a way better VO. But in terms of canon, let's see if I can make this jump. Moment of truth. This jump is too exciting for my tastes. I better wait for the stalagmite, stalactite. I hate those. To come down first. I guess that could happen in a week. No, that's good. It gives us a timer. I should write that down. I'll do it later. But see, now we have a week. In a week, we have something to look forward to. You know what? I get the appeal of this game. So yeah, but female Ivor in Assassin's Creed Valhalla is canon. So you're technically supposed to choose the woman if you want the real story, if you will. And it makes sense. There's like a little bit of, lesbian undertones that, I mean, it works with the male. I mean, like, if you're going to have to choose between male or female in the game, that means every single romance partner, most of them, are bi. Like, that's just the rules, you know what I mean? Mass Effect is a classic example of this. I'm not saying all of them, but most of them. And in real life, that's not the stats, you know what I mean? We're all a little bit bi. There's no, like, you're either straight or gay. I believe, like everything, it's a spectrum. It's just we're not there yet, you know? We're getting there. Louis C.K. He did a new comedy special about a month back. Fantastic. The King is back. I love Louis C.K. I'm not gonna defend him here. Point is, I really do like the guy. He did his time, and he had a joke about, sucking a dick doesn't make you gay, you know? I mean, sure. It's a debate people can have. Me and my rambles, I went from Assassin's Creed to blowing. Anyway, I wish I had someone to talk to, but I could still talk to myself. It's me, baby. At least I got my friend here with me, Keystrokes. After all, I just need to sit down for a while and sort out my thoughts. I think that's a tip, that we just have to sit on our couch and stare. It was an option they gave us. I don't think we're going to go... Are we? Oh, we're going down. I can't believe how big this game is from the beginning. I'm surprised. But we're doing it. We'll get there. Okay. I can't believe it is pure wintertime where I'm at. And it's still... Because I have two lights on, it gets crazy warm in here, crazy fast, which is surprising. I don't know how I survived the summer. Okay, so Assassin's Creed to finish. We talked about the sexes. What did I want to say? Oh yeah, it's a 100-hour game. Like, this game is 9,600 hours, right? But but Assassin's Creed Valhalla is 100 if you do everything. Maybe even more if you like do every side quest, get every treasure, and that's hella value for your money. I got it on sale for like 30% off, but even full price. If you pay $60 for a game, and it's $1 an hour, and that hour is great. Like, it's consistent quality entertainment. You can't complain. Like, you know what I mean? It's same old Assassin's Creed, but for my money, the polish, everything, it's fantastic. I will stream it one day, but because my graphics, it's the first time my computer can't do high graphics. I bought this piece 5 years ago for like $1,200, and but that's okay. To be honest, I expected it to die down much faster. There's moss growing down there. Better wait till there's enough to guarantee a soft landing. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. This game. One thing is going to make us wait a year. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. We know the ending of the game is we have to wait 400 days for the god that made us to awaken. But I'm pretty sure there's something that we'll have to wait a year. It's crazy. Now I've got to walk all the way back. It's going to take forever. This is perfect. We're getting into the main event, folks. This is it. This is why I have the title. This is why I'm doing this right now. Is because in the last 24 hours, last night, I watched Soul. And last evening, I watched Soul. And last night, literally like the night before, at like 3 in the morning, I watched the Croods 2. Oh, wait. Let's go down here, actually. Separate path. There we go. Perfect. We'll see something new. Thank God we don't have to walk all the way back. This is brutal. And Disney Pixar Soul is #1 everywhere. It's crazy how people love that film, and to be honest, it deserves all the praise it has. It's incredible. It's better than Outward, which came out earlier this year from Pixar, the fantasy film with the two brothers, which I also loved. And I'm working right now on a Best Animated Shows of 2020 and Best Animated Movies of 2020. And those are both going to be definitive, which means I've seen pretty much everything, or at least most everything that is important. Especially in terms of film. In films, I've seen them all this year. Last year. Sometimes a beautiful melody is playing in my head. Can we hear it? No. Just here I can't climb. So we are going to have to walk back. Brutal. What's it going to say? Give me a sec. I'll continue on my... Oh, never mind. We found something. A piece of flint. Okay, so we need one more piece of flint to make a fire. How about climbing? No. Now I have... Okay, that's a good dialogue box, baby. A defeat. I have to find a voice for the shade. We'll do it in real time as I play this every day. But trust me, we'll find a cool voice for him. I now have ×1 disappointment. Speaking of disappointment, we gotta go all the way back. And so yeah, Soul, incredible. It's about a jazz musician who has never gotten his shot. He's a middle school teacher, music teacher. So he doesn't even teach jazz, he just teaches music to like 12-year-olds, you know? And it's not that he's unhappy with his life, but he's clearly unfulfilled. You know what? Never mind, we're not walking back. We're straight up getting lost in caves is what's happening. I should have called this Lost in Caves number 1. I think there's 2 paths here. Let me try. And let's just say he gets lucky and gets a shot at his dream. And this guy is like late 30s, if not 40s, you know. And something happens that make it so that he's in a fantastic world. It's an animated film. You have to have a gimmick, you know. The Lone Guardian is patrolling the empty streets. If you watch the trailer, chances are you know what it is. I won't spoil it here, but it's the entire film. You know, it's based around this concept. And they explore this concept so well. I'm gonna say what it is because I have to spoil it. But again, it's like it's the entire film. The film is based on this, so it's not a spoiler. But they explore the concept of death thoroughly. Like when I knew the movie was about death, I was like, good luck, because that is the hardest thing you could do. This is an animated film for kids exploring death. Like, imagine the questions the parents have to deal with just based around that concept in general, you know what I mean? And then you're gonna have a cartoon about it, and it's gonna have its own takes, and it's gonna make its own decisions based on, like, there's no heaven or hell, or, you know, is it religious, or, you know, is it nothing, right? So they make choices. I love all of the choices except a few. And yeah, they killed it. Like, to me, the balls it took for them to choose to explore death as they did, just that alone deserves so much respect, you know? It's crazy. Like, Ratatouille was like, you know what? Let's do cooking, you know? Finding Nemo was like, yeah, let's do fish. Cars is literally stupid. It's like, what if Cars had faces, you know? And to be honest, Cars should get more respect because it's just an excuse to do other things. Like, Cars 2 is literally James Bond, and Cars 3 is extremely dark and about, like, psychics, which is weird. Point is, those are easy, you know what I mean? Bugs Life, bugs, toys, you know what I mean? It's all simple on paper. Outward this year I liked because it went for something. It went for 2 kids who lost their father going on a quest to get him back, sort of, you know? By the way, have we been here before? I don't know. I'm straight up lost. I am truly alone. Thank you. The timing of that. Wow. They're like, you know, twisting the knife. You're lost in this cave, are you? Twist it. So yeah, much respect to Soul. So all this is just build up for me to say that Croods 2 was much better. And if you look up Croods 2, Croods A New Age online, not only is it not even close to Soul in terms of placement on lists, or in terms of rating, or in terms of people talking about it, because it came out in theaters in November, I believe. And same thing with here in most of the world. Everybody's in lockdown. You can't go to a cinema. They're all closed. So you had to wait for the digital release, which happened like recently. But again, unless you know about it, most people missed out on it, right? But even the people that didn't, that actually did see it, they don't talk about it. They like, no, it's all about Soul. It's all about whatever else, right? And honestly, I don't think I've even seen it in the top 10. I've seen it in I saw a list, top 20 movies of the year, and it's on there, but it's low. Like, low enough so that I don't even remember. It's like number 16 out of 20, you know? But here's why I love it, okay? Here's why Croods 2 is better than Soul. First of all, Soul, the reason it falters, okay? And again, this for me, it's my opinion, is the ending. I can't spoil it, of course, because it's literally the last minute, if that. It's like, it may be the last 30 seconds. That's how crazy it is. Soul is almost perfect for an hour and a half. And then literally at the finish line, they make a choice. And the person I was watching it with made a great point that it was probably an executive that was like, we can't go full balls and make a decision that would make some people hate it and some people love it. We have to go with the easy pick, the cop out, the cheap ending, okay? And it's not that bad. It's not like it ruins the movie. If anything, you can almost remove it, you know? And that's my point. If you remove the ending from Soul, you would have a perfect film. And there's other things that aren't perfect that I'll go into some other time. That are spoiler, like the ending. I'll talk about this more in depth some other time. But yeah, the ending of Soul, the last 30 seconds, brutal. By the way, I'm still lost, so just keep going. I know I stopped for talking, which I shouldn't, considering how long it takes us to get somewhere. But trust me on this, I could talk forever. I haven't even talked about Croods yet, which is crazy. Gotta open the door again. Burning up with passion. oh. Pick up, can't miss those. A lump of coal. A fallen brother is returning home. Wait, are we coal people? Am I made out of coal? We're like Wonder Woman if we were nasty and came from a furnace. She was built out of clay. I know it's not like this in the films, but Wonder Woman's origin was that her mom was like, I can't have a child. And then she's like praying to the gods, even though she is herself a god, Hippolyta or whatever. And she's like, please. And then she makes her daughter on a beach. She makes, a woman out of clay. It's sand. It's sand. But they say it's clay. And then I believe a lightning strikes the clay. And poof. A perfect 10 out of 10. Badass. Smart. Wonder Woman is born, I wish they did that in the films. Because it's so... It's a chef's kiss, baby. Spider-Man got bit by a spider. Wonder Woman was made out of clay. Anyway, so now we know that we might be an Ash boy. Okay, so all that preamble. Again, I apologize. Let's go into the Croods here. Why the Croods is the best? Number one. It's number one. Best animated film of the year, in my opinion. Any opinions on anyone? Dude. Okay, let's get into it. I gave it an 8, okay? But it was a hard 8 to give. Hard, dude. I was gonna give it a 7, but the ending to me really worked. And the good outweighs the bad. But the bad, man. The bad in that movie, there's like so much of it, right? That's the problem. It's a mess. It's a mess. How about you, Keystrokes? I know. Dude. I'm very generous, man. Like you make me cry, you're at least a 7. And I'm pretty sure it made me cry twice. So, yeah. I like most things. The 2 openings, like it came out in the news that the executives on Wonder Woman wanted to cut both one of the beginnings. Sorry, the mall scene where she's like helping the kids, and the when she's a kid scene on the island. They're like, you gotta cut one of those, and she's like, no, we're keeping both of them. They should have cut out way other stuff. The 2 beginnings are like the best parts of the movie, and then it's like downhill for a while. But man, it's up and down, dude. I could talk about this for a long time. You know what? I might whatever. Leave those exactly, dude. Okay, what a meaningless ascent. I now have times 2 disappointment. You know what? We have times 3 disappointment because of Wonder Woman. It's one of those movies that the more you think about it, the more you're like, damn it. It's there's this scene and then there's that scene, but in terms of acting, everybody was good except Gal Gadot, like the Wonder Woman herself. So that's a big flaw. But I really loved Pedro Pascal, the Maxwell Lord. I loved him. To me, it was an incredible performance. Like, he goes a little bit over the edge at the end when he's in the I know I'm going full spoilers here and I shouldn't, but he's in a light, let's just say that, and he's just screaming into the light, you know? Okay, he goes a little bit too far there, but everything else, I'm like, this guy is killing it. He was like my favorite part of the movie, by far. And one of the reasons I scored it so high. But, because he's in a lot of the film. Like, a lot of scenes are Pedro Pascal alone with his kids, or just straight up alone, you know, him, you know, in Egypt or whatever. But, yeah, man. Wonder Woman. The good outweighs the bad. That's all I'll say. Cheetah, no likey. No. By the way, like I watched the movie the day after it came out, and I had to because I knew that they would spoil Cheetah in the thumbnail, like within seconds, right? And even if they did, it's why is she gray? She's gray, man. How do you mess up Cheetah so bad that you make her gray? They make her gray and they put him in like a dark scene where you can't see nothing, and it's like the most boring environment for a fight. You know, it's like at the side of some factory or whatever. Oh man, that's the problem. The more I think about it, the more, you know what? I'm bringing the score down to I think it's still an 8, man. On that I scored it, so I have to bring it down to a 7. I was gonna bring it down to a 6, just thinking about it. But I cannot deny the way I feel. Like that's what's important to me, you know. If you watch a movie and you feel great, it can't be bad, period. Even if there's stuff that is bad with it. Rise of Skywalker was a perfect example. I cried 4 times watching that movie. The guy next to me cried 4 times watching that movie, right? And the movie finished, he turns to his girlfriend, he's like, garbage. You know, it's like, dude, you cried 4 times. I don't care if you think the movie has 100 problems. If any movie makes you cry 4 times, that's a good movie. Period. At least, you know? I'm dying of heat here. You know what? Here's what I'll do. Give me a sec here. Boom. I literally think... That's a good joke, man. That's a good one. No. Because he was crying at the same scenes I was. So, yeah. Because there's some great moments. Like, Rise of Skywalker... Like the Kylo Ren and Han Solo moment. Like that's... Like, you don't expect Harrison Ford to be there. He admitted himself that he hates doing these movies. Come on, man. It's funny too, because on this side I had the guy, right? But on this side I had a 6-year-old girl who would look up at me and watch me cry every now and again. That was funny. That was a crazy movie experience. And I came in late too. The little girl was sitting alone until she had to sit next to me, and I'm a giant. I'm like 6'5". Poor little girl. She couldn't enjoy Star Wars. But I did. Like, yeah, that Kylo Han Solo scene. Oof. And at the end, same thing with Kylo. Like, what happens to Kylo? Come on now. Chewie, before you knew it was a fake out. It's like, it's all good stuff. Okay, sure. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It would be so funny if he turns to his girlfriend. He was like garbage, but I cried for this guy because this guy. I had to back him up a little bit. Okay, I'm sitting down here. My bad. What place shall I visit today? Bad movies is what we're talking about. Okay. I gotta talk about the Croods here. Enough. Enough sideburns. Okay, enough. I'm gonna go straight to the point. Croods 2. The reason it's the best is the comedy. The comedy in the Croods is next level. It's the best comedy of 2020. It is the funniest thing I have seen in a long time. The amount of jokes per minute is staggering, and most of them land hard. Okay, so you don't go watching Croods 2 to cry or to, have some deep experience or like in-depth action like in Wonder Woman or you know, a culmination of events like Star Wars, or, you know, or even an examination of an extremely difficult concept like death, like Soul did, right? All of those deserve respect. But Croods is just effing funny, man. Like, and comedy defines my life. Okay, I did stand up for like 5 months, which is nothing, by the way. I would do open mics, and had a great experience. But you know, and I watch a lot of sitcoms. So like The Office, How I Met Your Mother, you name it. Chances are I've seen it if it's good. Parks and Recreation, love Parks and Recreation. A lump of coal, got 2 pieces of coal, baby. And the Croods stands among the greats. Like I said earlier, I saw Louis C.K. I forget the name of his show, which I feel bad, it just came out. But I saw it last month, and that was extremely funny. Extremely funny. One of the best stand-up specials I've ever seen. And the Croods 2 just like blasts it like it's nothing. You know what I mean? If you are in a mood, which I was, which means, you know what I mean, whatever you need to get yourself in a mood, do it. And then watch Croods 2. In my case, it was like, you know, 2 beers and something else, you know? But if you are in a good mood and you want to laugh, Croods 2 is the best thing you could watch. Like, period. Also the animation. Like, half of the jokes are, you know, written, half of the jokes are visual. Of course, it's an animated film, so there's a lot of snappy movements and caveman hijinks, you know. But I couldn't believe it. Like, I live in an apartment building, and I was laughing constantly, so I had to mute my laughter. And it was so hard. It was so hard. It was like a hard workout. Me trying not to laugh loudly was extremely difficult. So that's why the Croods is better than Soul, because Soul, for as perfect as it is in its examination of death, has a major flaw in the end that goes against everything that's come before. And I know I make it seem worse than it is. My cat wants to come out. But, and it's number 2, by the way. Soul is number 2 best animated movie of the year, you know? It was number 1 until the ending. Again, the ending doesn't ruin anything. But Croods is perfect as a comedy. From beginning to end, if you go in to laugh and you go in for a good time, you cannot beat it. And again, that's my opinion. So, yeah, that's it. And by the way, last thing on Croods, the first 30 seconds, it's funny because the movie is extremely funny, but the first 30 seconds is extremely sad. And I literally mean 30 seconds. You got the beginning of Up, the beginning of Finding Nemo, classic sad openings that take like 10 minutes. So Finding Nemo is like about 5 minutes. And they're brutal. Brutal. But 30 seconds? Within the first 30 seconds, I was like wrecked, destroyed. I couldn't believe my eyes. I had to rewind it. Like, no way did they do this in 30 seconds. Croods 2. And it's only, once that 30 seconds is gone, it's like, here's relief, here's fun, here's laughter, here's just, you know, it's perfect, man. It's perfect for now. It's like why people watch The Office. It's comfort food. It's something that makes you happy, you know? And I think that has incredible value, especially now. So, okay, I don't know where I am, but we are gonna quit soon, so I can play something else. Play some Gears 4. I gotta finish that. It's like 105 gigs. Gotta get that out of here. It's taking too much space. But have I been here before? No. Too many doors, man. One thing we know for sure is all we've done is pick up some stuff, 3 things, and found a bunch of things that we have to wait for. So I don't feel like I'm missing too much by quitting early. We'll continue tomorrow. Speaking of picking up things, I think I got something right here. So yeah, that's why Croods is better than Soul, and why Croods is number 1 animated film of the year. No recency bias. I saw Croods before I saw Soul. No bullshit. And yeah, I'll make a YouTube video about it. The sheet of people would be useful for my art studies. 3 pieces of paper. Pretty cool. What's this? I hope the king doesn't mind if I borrow one of his books. Okay, now I've got a 5th book. All the books we get, we will read on the stream, but not today. Those things are long. Like, they have Moby Dick. I saw at the library we had in this game. Moby Dick was one of them. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's the full book. Go up, dude. Okay, this is the paint. Give me a sec. Okay, we'll go up these stairs when whatever's up here is the last thing we'll do. Then I'm gonna stream Gears 4. So yeah, this gives you an idea of what I'm gonna do with the longing every day. I'm not kidding. Because we're in lockdown, this gives me an excuse and a reason to daily stream without fail. I gotta get the ball rolling. Shit, I went back. So we'll pick up that book, go into that door. We'll keep going until I can't no more, pretty much. But no more exploring. Oof, all that passion. I'm exhausted. Back to Wonder Woman. No. Oh shit. I wish I could see those all in theaters, man. Because the theater experience is so powerful. I saw the New Mutants on day one before the critics reviewed the film. This is very important, very important. Because the day after I went to go see the New Mutants, which is day one in a cinema, the critics eviscerated it. It was like the worst movie ever. The critics hated it, and most of them watched it at home. But I saw it in a packed room. It wasn't packed, it was half the seats, right? But half the seats were mostly taken. So we were probably, man, I would say 50. Probably less than that. 40 people. We were 40 people in this theater room. I go to the cinema all the time if I could. I go 3 times a week on average. 40 people in this room watching the New Mutants before anybody else, period. It's opening day. It's the opening screening. And nobody talked. Everybody was extremely respectful. And I think most people really liked it. Again, I'm just guessing. But I know I was sitting there and I was really liking it. I'm not saying it's a masterpiece. I'm not saying it's top 15 of the year, but it's a good X-Men movie. And I stand by that. So, and then the next day, it's all wrecked. I wish I could see Croods 2 in theaters. I wish I could see Wonder Woman 1986 in IMAX. You know, that would probably make it even better. But yeah, there's no saving it. You're right. There's too many flaws. It's like one of those classic. The more you think about it, the more you're like just digging a hole. You know, there's no getting out. You just keep digging. And with Wonder Woman, it's an endless pit. The more deep you go into it, you can't stop because there's so many weird things. Anyway, that's that. We're done for today. By the way, we played 45 minutes. I expected to play 12 minutes. I was like, we're going to play 12 minutes of the longing, we'll get stuck, and then we'll have to come back tomorrow. We won't play as long every day, that's for sure. But as you can see, we still have plenty to explore, plenty to see. And I always have plenty to talk about. Oh man, so until next time for the longing, which is tomorrow, we'll be playing Gears 4 in 20 minutes, and Indivisible tonight, later on. I will start that for the first time. Cool RPG, beautiful 2D graphics from the people who did Skullgirls. Should be exciting. Apparently the developer is garbage, so we're not giving him money. We're playing it on Game Pass, so that's why I'm going to be streaming it. Same thing with Gears 4. I didn't pay for it. Game Pass, baby. But we got to get through it for 5. So without further ado, that's that. Watch Croods 2 if you want to laugh. Watch Soul if you want to be moved. Both are incredible. And see you next time. Keystrokes, thanks for sticking around and make this awesome. Peace.